I come from a long line of very strong black women. And I knew that as I went around the town and the university, that those were issues that would come, that would play out. Everything from visiting a healthcare center and with my associate dean, Don Fusey, and I told him, they'll look at you and not me. And he didn't believe it, and of course that was what happened. So one of the things I did was I went around and met people and put them at ease to help them realize what a wonderful person I was. The women faculty felt disenfranchised. They felt like they weren't being treated well. One of the problems was that the women didn't like some of the posters and pictures that the men had up. And so the next day I went over there, and well, I realized then, because I hadn't seen them, what the women were saying. And I went into this one faculty office. I said, you will take this one down. This was Cheryl Teague's period, right? You will take this poster down. I went up and smiled and talked to the, whoever, faculty administrators, and by the time I went back down, the posters were gone. Every unit said I didn't know anything about their area. So what I did was not only make sure all the school directors met weekly and develop a camaraderie with them, but I went to conferences with all of them for all their different disciplines to learn. I mean, I did learn a lot, but also really to show my support of them. And then I met with the faculties, and that helped bring them together, and actually bringing the school directors together and getting their support. The provost of the day was wonderful. He said, here, you have a job description, but put that in the drawer and go make a college. Dr. Ping, who was a wonderful president for the university, had set up a system with his provost where the new monies were shared on the campus. And there was a pool set aside where a dean could go in with a proposal and really vie for new monies. And I worked on doing that. And I worked on making sure I got support.
In the early days, the program was actually called Health Beat. The office was located in Grover Center, and for people who've been here as long as I have, we call it the old Grover Center. And the Health Beat office was located on the second level of Grover, behind the racquetball courts. It was a large hallway to begin with, no real ventilation or any services like that, and basically the facilities management took the ends of the hallway and hung drywall and made it an office.
Well, I've worked with all of the deans in this college except the first one. It's just been interesting. It's been a different experience with each dean, and thankfully, I've been able to say that each one of them has helped the School of Nursing in some way.
I'm an Athens native. I grew up here, and my father was a swimming coach at Ohio University. Once I got my degrees and I was hired at Ohio University, I ended up in the same department that my father had been in previously. So it was kind of an interesting perspective of saying, I grew up here and had a chance to see the university change and then become a part of it. Fritz Hagerman was such a mentor in so many different ways. He was the epitome of what I think a teacher should be. When you'd see him in the classroom, he was so enthusiastic and really reached out and tried to communicate with the students in the class.
Both the undergraduate and graduate programs were the vision and essentially children of Skip Vosler. Any athletic trainer who has ever graduated from here, even after he retired, owes a debt of gratitude to Skip for everything he did to put these programs into place.
Ohio was known for athletic trainers, largely due to Skip's efforts to not only do it right teaching athletic trainers, but also to help place athletic trainers into the profession. It's definitely a leader in the field of athletic training.
She was just a very fair, a level-headed person, and really enjoyed having her as dean.
Another nurse, Barbara Chapman, was interesting, and it was nice. Quite frankly, it was very nice to go in and talk to Barbara and not have to write background for a lot of things.